What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the GoPro Hero 9 and the Max Lens mod and see how it pertains to motovlogging. I think this is going to be an amazing change for motovlogging and the way we film. There's a lot of different types of cameras out there. I honestly didn't even know I needed the Hero 9 until Kenny bought it for me as a birthday present, so a pre-birthday present. So big shout out to you, Kenny. And so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Hero 9, the Max Lens mod, why I think it's like a game changer, and see how it does up here in the mountains. Let's go. Again, guys, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you guys coming by and sticking around. And if you are looking for some behind-the-scenes action, some cool pictures, check out my Instagram. I'm sure you're going to find some cool stuff there. So, with that said, let's go and get into this. So, like I said, I didn't even know anything about the Hero 9, to be honest. I had no clue about it until Kenny, oh, that car is hauling ass, until Kenny decided to be a cool guy and give me one for my birthday, pre-birthday. Like I said, and once he gave it to me, of course, I got home and I really started kind of taking a look at it and seeing what the Hero 9 is all about. I had no idea what the Hero 9 was about. I didn't know any of the new features. I didn't know any of the new functions. Not only did Kenny hook it up with the camera, he actually bought the lens, and then he bought the mod, the case for it. So that's kind of my setup. I'll talk a little bit more about my current motovlogging setup in a moment, but first, I mean, let's go ahead and get into the camera. First of all, the Hero 9 records at 2 hours and 11 minutes at 4K video, which is pretty cool. I mean, if you compare that to the older batteries, I don't think any of my GoPros lasted that long. I think they're typically run about, what, an hour or so? I don't remember the full battery life on that thing, but yeah, 2 hours and 11 minutes with one battery, which is a pretty long time. So if you buy extra batteries, you don't need as many, which is key for all of you guys that go out for all-day rides. I think that's pretty cool. 2 is this thing called Event Horizon Locking, I think is what it's called. Essentially, what it does is the GoPro locks onto the horizon, so as the camera tilts like this, it goes back and forth, the horizon always stays level. Now the camera itself does that alone, but when you add the lens, you can literally do a full 360 of the camera and the event horizon will always stay locked. Now I think that's kind of like the cool thing about the new GoPro and why I say it's like a game changer. And it's because of this. As we go into this turn, pay attention to the event horizon. So even though my head's tilted and I'm looking into the turn, the event horizon is exactly the same. This is going to be the first time me riding with it and going out and seeing how it performs in like a real life situation. I played with it at home where I like tilted the camera around and stuff like that, which was pretty cool. But this is it right here. This is what I really wanted to see. I wanted to see like some real live conditions. So a really good example, and I gotta wait for this turn. As soon as we get a straight section, I got an idea to show you, so you get a better idea of what I'm talking about. I'm looking for a straightaway, and all there is turns. But it makes it very difficult for me to explain. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. Ooh, that truck is speeding. Hopefully you guys are able to actually see what I'm talking about with the event horizon like changing the way it is. I just, when do you want to ask for a straightaway? Literally, that's all I need is to show you guys what I'm talking about. And it's not coming anytime soon. But hopefully the quality of the video is just as good. I guess the one thing I could say is that with the lens mod and the horizon locking enabled, you're stuck at, I think it's 2.7K at 60 frames or 30 frames. or even 24. So you can't do like 120, which you might be used to. But I mean, I think that 60 is probably plenty. And I typically try to record at 24 frames anyways normally when I go ride, just because it gives more of a cinematic look to your video. Today I'm actually doing 60, I think, just because I wanted to try it out. But man, this is like a perfect, hopefully a good example of what this lens can do and why I think it's pretty amazing. I can't explain that I'm excited to be out here, but it's also at the same time, I'm really excited to get home and take a look at this footage. I'm hoping it works out good. Also, right now, I literally only have one battery. One battery is all I got for the GoPro. I do have 4 batteries on order. So the good thing is, this would be a good test to see if I can make it up this mountain, at least halfway. I'm not going all the way, but make it up and get back down on the same battery. So it says that it's 2 hours and 11 minutes at 4K. So I'd imagine that 2.7K would be more time. How much more time? I have no idea, but we'll find out. Alright, so I think we're in a good section. So let's put this up on the screen. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do it up here because I feel like it'd be a better without the camera. I don't know how this camera's doing with the shaking. Alright, well, we're gonna stop right here and I'll show you what I'm talking about with the bike off so that you're not shaking. Alright, so essentially, if you're watching me, I'm gonna tilt my head left and right like this, and I'll have the main video on the screen from this GoPro, and I'll have that camera up here in the corner somewhere so you can watch as I tilt my head back and forth like this. Oh, get that neck stretch in, and look how the video stays level with the horizon. That's insane. Obviously they make like the Insta360 and things like that, but this straps to the front of your helmet, boom, and straight. So now that we have some cool features, you saw those two are like the longer battery life and the event horizon are literally the two things that are like just blow my mind. The other thing is obviously for like normal vlogging, when you take the camera off, you have a front-facing camera or LCD screen, which allows you to frame your shots, which is really cool. That was, I mean, the GoPros tend to have a really wide-angle lens anyway, so it's really hard to mess it up. But let's say you're out and you want to frame your shot a certain way, this gives you that ability, and you don't go back to your editing and you're like, man, I missed my shot. All right, so yeah, that's my take on this camera and why I think it's such a dope camera for motovlogging and vlogging in general. And yeah, so we'll see how it looks. Now, my current setup is a little complicated, but it's not complicated. Obviously, the camera that we just talked about, I think is amazing for motovlogging and hopefully catches some really cool video. But the other thing is I'm catching audio through the Rode Wireless Go. So I don't have to deal with cables anymore, and that makes me happy. If I don't have to deal with cables, the less I have to deal with. Secondly, if you can see, I don't know if you can, if this camera's working, but I mean, this right here is a receiver, and so it's connected to a mic inside my helmet, and then it sends it wirelessly to this device over here. You can set the different decibel levels if you like. Right now it's on the lowest level. It's not perfect. As you can see, like sometimes I peak a bit when I talk, and that's a problem. And I'm actually working with Rode. At least I've reached out to them, and I'm in communication with them to see if there's a solution. There is also the Rode Wireless Go 2, which gives you 2 receivers. So for those of you who remember the days of Sena when you can record like an extra person riding with you, that will give you the option to do that, which we haven't tested that out myself with Kenny, but that's coming. The cool thing that this setup allows you to do is, let's say you go ride to IMS or AIM Expo, and you go out to there and you do your vlog, your motovlog like normal, but then you get there and you want to vlog while you're there. So you put your GoPro on the stick. This device right here, it literally turns into a microphone, so you can pull it off, clip it to your shirt, put a little the dead cat that comes with it on, and now it's a microphone. And so that's the only change you have to do to go from on the bike to off the bike, which I think is one of the freaking coolest options available for us. I don't know any other. I mean, there's a lot of, you could probably find a cheaper brand, but I mean, when you're going for audio quality, obviously you're looking for the best audio quality that you can find. So the Rode mic is pretty awesome. I will say I did have a Purple Panda mic, and it's going to be hard to tell you, but the audio quality was actually too good. It constantly peaked anytime I was out here riding or talking, and I had to go to a cheaper microphone in order to not peak so much, which is really weird to say, but that's what had to happen. So that's pretty much my motovlog setup and my vlogging setup. Now, keep in mind, it's not like the most economical in the sense of getting a setup. Sure, there's definitely cheaper ways, but this gives you so much versatility that you can go from on the bike to off the bike and just vlog your heart out. Vlog to your heart is content. I will say, I think one of the downfalls of this setup is that the particular lens to get this event horizon the way it's looking now, it's a little bit pricey. I think that the max media lens, or I don't know what it's called, is about $100 alone, but that's what gives you the full ability to make the camera rotate completely and give that event horizon look. So if you do get a rock, you just have to replace the lens. You don't have to replace the entire GoPro. So they went back to what they used to do in I think it's the 7 and the 6, and yeah, so that's pretty awesome. The fact that you don't have to spend extra money if your lens breaks, I'm in it. I dig it. I dig it. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Hey, we're still recording. Okay, since we're still recording, there's one thing I want to show you guys, and as a good test, like a really good test for this camera. Hopefully you can see me clearly, but what we're going to do is we're going to take the camera off, completely off the GoPro. I put this in my pocket. Okay, so as you can see, the camera's upright. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna take it and I'm literally gonna do a complete flip, just like that. Boom, and I'll go back the other way, and as you can see, the horizon stays the freaking same. That's pretty freaking cool. Super, super cool. So no matter what I do, I look exactly the same. Also, you can notice I could take the GoPro, as I was talking about my setup, I can literally take the GoPro completely off and you guys can still hear me, which is pretty freaking cool. Like, look at that. And with this camera, I can clearly see that I'm in frame of the shot. Although I look a little pale. If I close that down, it looks much better. But this is one of the cool things about having the mic, or this thing. This right here. That's the cool part about this, is I can literally take it off and boom, there you go. I can set it down somewhere, go, I think it's about 200 yards or something like that, and come back and it'll still work just fine. And I'm looking at the battery level. I've barely used any of the battery. Alright guys, well if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Thank you. Right now we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of the Hero 8 Black and the Hero 9 Black
on the same road, different days, so the lighting conditions a little bit different. And I tried to match it up so that we, on both videos, they kind of hit the same turns at the same time. I'm not perfect, but it is what it is. Let's get going. So we have the Hero 8 Black on the left and the Hero 9 Black on the right. Obviously you can tell right off the bat, contrast is a little bit different. Again, it has to do with the lighting conditions, and you'll notice it kind of switch off as the light changes. The other thing to note is that on the Hero 9 Black, it does have the max lens mod, so it gives a bit wider angle, so you can see more of the bike on the bottom than you can on the Hero 8 Black. You can really kind of clearly see how the right side, the Hero 9 Black, it stays pretty steady, where the Hero 8, it kind of tilts. I don't know how to explain it, but the camera tilts. Either the Hero 8 Black or the Hero 9 Black, honestly, they both do a fantastic job. The Hero 9 Black just gives you that little extra, I think. Nothing too crazy, but it is subtle, but I feel like subconsciously you kind of notice it. All right, we're gonna do one more side-by-side comparison on this, but with this clip, same clips, but I added a line across the middle of the screen so you can kind of get an idea of how the horizon lock works. So let's take a look at that. All right, so hopefully with the line, it makes it a little bit more visible. I mean, it was pretty visible in the last video, but this one with the line, it really draws it out. When you notice in the turns on the Hero 9 Black, it literally stays steady, like it doesn't tilt at all. Whereas the Hero 8, you can notice that the hills kind of tilt to one side, to the other side as I go around the turns. Like I said, I don't think anything is wrong with either one of these, but it's a personal, I think, preference. But man, I really like how that Hero 9 Black looks. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys to judge which one you like better. I really think it is going to be a personal preference, a personal taste on the style of your video. So I think they're both fantastic cameras, Hero 8, Hero 9. This is really a video I just wanted to compare the two and talk about the Hero 9 and the new setup with this new camera. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and it worked out for you. Either way, I think the Hero 8, Hero 9, you can't really go wrong with either one of them. Again, big shout out to KSIX for the amazing birthday present. I can't say thank you enough. And if you stuck around this far, don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment down below. Let me know which style of the camera. Do you like the Hero 8 or do you like the Hero 9 better? I'm really interested on what your guys' preference is. I'll probably be using the Hero 9 as soon as I get the extra batteries in, more often than not. Definitely going to be using it for normal vlogs just because it's got the front-facing camera, which is a huge thing for me. And the battery life is crazy. It's pretty awesome. So with that said, hopefully you have a fantastic day. Peace.